What have you got for us, Heather?
Okay, I have multiple craft supplies. Lots of felt, some yarn,
Okay.
and a box. They're not the box. That's the only box I could find that I felt like I could give up to this campaign.
It was a good box, but it wasn't the best box.
Well, it's a small box. I've got better boxes now.
Why, Heather, this
Sorry.
sounds like the makings of a scheme.
If anyone is familiar, last year Jacob and I engaged in a kindness war. That is why I was confused by happiness war. Neither of us was clearly happy by the end. This was. I left him some very nice sticky notes to brighten his day, and he decided that required retaliation of food items, bread, and
crazy other stuff.
Songs
kind
eventually?
words, songs. It was very elaborate.
You gave us ramen.
Yeah, we got ramen one night.
Yeah.
Really just rubbed it in the face of people that weren't in or around the moon base for Zeta last year.
Yeah.
And yet we enjoyed it on Alpha Flight. Those of us who weren't in the moon base, we were like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Just gonna snack vicariously through my friend.
That's right. As you see, we've stolen Carrie from last year's Alpha Flight.
Yeah, our
so
first
she could
strategic move in
could be a
kindness
double
war.
agent for all I know, but
Even next the territory of Alpha Flight.
Was my acquisition part of your kindness war?
Oh, I see how it is. There were trades.
We traded off Cameron.
Yeah.
We made some sort of pact about only changing people's whose names was started with C.
Yeah, you
out of our shift.
You should have been here for the draft. It was amazing.
Yeah, Cameron didn't have enough hair.
I'm sorry to like disappoint you and let you down, but despite my name being Care E, that doesn't mean that I am necessarily intrinsically caring. So your attempt to draw me into your kindness war and win with like some kind of a, I don't know, master plan is that.
No, you just got to be powered by spite like the rest of us.
Well, so this year I've decided, like last year I inadvertently started it, apparently. This year I've decided to let Jacob have the first strike. He seems like he's very prepped based on some Twitter tweets I've seen. And
you know, what I've heard is that when it comes to war, the only winning move is not to play.
Well, I've been thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I might not
crash
give
that
him
bus.
anything. But what I've decided to do is I'm going to decorate this box to be a mailbox, so he has a place to put his strange kindness, and then we'll decide whether or not we want to open it.
Or tell anybody about it at all.
It's
a little different.
Decoy box out there and never touch it.
It's a little different. Last year we were sharing the same space on different shifts, and this year there's a whole bunch of people in that room, and I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be. I don't know if I'll be able to write enough notes for all of them. This just seems like a lot. So I might not write any, or I might pull out some other stuff. Who knows? I didn't plan anything.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob's planning a lot of stuff, but I didn't plan nothing.
Schrodinger's love.
So,
Write notes for each of them, but give them contradictory information.
So yeah, I'm gonna decorate this box with. I forgot some stuff at home.
That's fine.
But that's okay. I found scissors at the moon base.
I mean, if you want, you can embellish stuff
I found glue.
later, right? Like, if you're like, I need to add things later, then just add things later. Go get a stapler. I don't know.
I considered a stapler.
Just keep upgrading it. Do you want to? Shall we change to?
You want us to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have a clever name for it, like the Bone Zone, because this is our own camera. Go right ahead. There we go.
Ooh.
It's very bright. It's gonna be hard to change any of those settings while you're running the bus.
We can do that. That'll help with hair. That.
I'm gonna forage for crafting things. I'll be right
Somewhat
back.
helpful. Yeah, like I mean, as far as I understand how crafters work, everybody likes to craft together, so if you're crafting at home, do some crafting. If you're in one of the other windows of this overlay, do some crafting. If you're beach, keep driving the bus.
I'm gonna do my best. Because yeah, if I need to, because we have control over the exposure and the white balance and all the things that go on with this camera. We're the only ones who have control. Engineering can't get involved. So if I'm driving...
Now, I'm gonna warn you, because I've planned nothing, this crafting is gonna be whatever it's gonna be.
God, I love that threes cushion so much.
It's a good cushion.
It's such a good cushion.
I don't know if it counts as a cushion or a plush on account of it.
I agree. Does it have a face on the obverse?
I mean,
How
it
does that work
does,
again?
right? There's a pillow with a face.
I think if it has a face, it's a plushie.
Yeah.
Right. It's a figurine, like of a character in the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I'd call it a plushie then. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. So wait, can I not rotate it in future?
You
No,
can
we-
rotate
we-
anything you like.
Anything full of fluff counts.
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
plush.
Yeah.
Anything you can sit on.
Yeah, because like that giant ass Snorlax you can buy, I would say that counts as a cushion, even though it's like it's a plush of Snorlax. It's
Yeah, it's
Cushion
both.
or
It's the best of
beanbag?
both. Depends on what you
Is
fill
he-
it with.
is he filled with beans?
Oh, good. I remember how
Cool.
Zed looks.
Oh God.
Mm.
Well, that was terrifying to
I
find
forgot.
out.
Like I started cutting in this way, but it's fine. It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Here we are.
Hey, I've made things with you. You make fun of that stapler jab, but I've had to make cushions real fast, and as long as no one's got to sit on them, staples work.
Nice.
Yeah, and this is why I'm gonna just use glue because, yep.
The reason we look so dark is because I had to turn off almost all the lights in the room so that whatever we're showing straight down actually shows up on camera.
I hope this glue works. Yep. Okay. Cool.
Do you expect that people will respect the integrity of the mailbox over the course of the week, or no?
Good.
You're preparing for full-on vandalism.
Pretty much. In fact, I
Okay.
encourage it. If they want to glue their own things onto it,
Yeah.
they go for it. I might hide the glue. They can get their own glue.
You've reminded me
I'm
of
not
something.
gonna be that nice.
You reminded me of something very important, actually, since we're talking about vandalism. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I hate to hijack your segment to get my bus in here, but here we are. As you know, it has been common for Desert Bus to basically take over the final Zeta shift as an Omega shift. That tends to be what happens. Which basically, as we all know, means that you have to end Desert Bus on the greatest shift.
Of all time, yeah.
And the only way to make the greatest shift even better is to basically put everybody from every other shift on it.
Yep.
But ultimately, we all know it's Zeta. You know, we all know.
Well, yeah,
that.
of course we can.
And so, what's bothered me this year is that they made the understanding. They come to the decision that it's like, well, it's okay for Zeta people to have to flip their sleep schedules and then stay up all night, and stay up all night and do that, but nobody else wants to stay up all night. They, like we found out last year, is that we're rolling in at 6 a.m. Omega ship's finishing at 6 a.m. and everyone's like, I'm so tired. It's just this is so terrible. And I'm like, yeah, not for us. We've been doing this all week. We know how this works, right? And so like, well, we're gonna switch things up this year. We're gonna start at 6 p.m. instead. So start with Night Watch, and that will mean hopefully that by the time like Dawn Guard rolls around, maybe even into Alpha Flight, depending on how much you guys donate this year, is that will be the new Omega shift. Omega shift will stop at that time. And so everyone's planning for that, except me, because I think that we should donate less this year to force the Omega shift to happen in the middle of Zeta again.
Wow.
Aren't we supposed to be encouraging
Spite
them to
the
donate
children.
more to get to the Zeta shift?
You know what? I'm calling it right now. One fewer kids gets an Xbox to enact my petty revenge on the other people. No iPads for you. Sorry, I had to make a point.
All right, so now that I've done that, You can spread that clip around because I know chat's going to do that. They're already clipping this and sending this to everybody else on every other shift to let them know what's going on. Please understand, I don't actually mean it. Don't clip this part. I don't actually mean it. But if you want to spread around this stuff that I have this secret thing that I'm not sharing with the rest of the Desert Bus crew that I'm trying to get everyone to donate less money. You can either then keep donating out of spite, or you can, to be like, no, we'll show Beej. We want this to go all the way through to Dawnguard or whatever. But yeah, let's try to convince everybody else on the committee and on the and all volunteering that Beej is trying to basically undercut the entire bus this year just to get us to stop on Zeta instead. Because I can't wait to see what the fallout's going to be. That's right. Magister Mistax has got it right. Beej is doing a heel turn, but only in kayfabe.
Kayfabe.
I just think it's really cute that the OC keeps on trying to change the schedule. Like, this is the 3rd or 4th year I've heard where they're like, we're starting at a different time this year because we want to have Omega happen at a reasonable hour. And at this point, I assume that whatever they plan for is exactly what will not happen. It's the only thing that will not happen. Any other option is a possibility.
Yeah.
It's just really cute that they're running a 24-hour week-long charity fundraiser, and they're like, no, but we gotta keep it reasonable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we
I gotta
wouldn't
go to
want
bed
it to be
sometime.
hard.
We don't want to, have to do something strange and overwhelming.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't want it to disrupt my life or anything.
What I love is that we're at 71 grand, and that locks us into 125 hours. The number kind of just continues to overwhelm me. That it's like we've raised only this much, because last year we raised. Do you remember, chat? We raised $1 million last year. We crested $1 million for the first time ever, and to do that, it's like. We drove for like 164 hours or whatever it is. So to think that at like 125 at this, like man, this is just compound interest is killer, obviously, but yeah, this is kind of cool to be like, well, we know we're locked in for 125 hours already. This always just kind of gets me. So
it's neat. Like, there's a point in the week when that number stops going up because it costs so much to buy the next one.
Yeah.
And it's always fun waiting to see where that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. It's an angel. Be not afraid.
No.
What?
Or a
Wait,
Bloodborne
what's-
box.
You got against googly eyes.
Nothing.
What you got against googly eyes?
No, I got nothing. I hope nobody here has trypophobia. Sorry.
It's
I
positive.
don't have square googly eyes to get out
the
of
only
that.
surveillance system we have.
Beej not afraid. That's good, Flornbarg. Beej not afraid.
Do not be afraid, I am with you. Tell me what is the driver's name?
What is more kind than going through the effort of gluing on all these tiny googly eyes?
Yeah. Agreed. Do you have any Scrabble letters?
I didn't bring the Scrabble letters, but I could do that.
Yeah. Heather has a closet and a half full of crafting supplies.
You just is gonna reveal all my crafting sins.
No. That's not a sin. The crafters have stashes. I know how that. I knew that when I married you.
Much like dragons, crafters have stashes.
I don't know if this is
Or
working.
hoards. Or whatever they're called.
Do you want different glue?
Well, I have this glue gun,
Oh no.
but I don't know where to
She's
plug
got a
it
gun!
in. I don't know if there's a space to plug it
into
in.
the lights. Plug it into the lights.
Oh, hey, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Plug it into the lights. If the lights go off at the moon base.
Oh, man.
See, I'm just.
Look, I have all this glue to use.
Oh god. Hot plastic.
It's gonna get great in here.
How well ventilated is your space anyway?
The door is open.
Good.
It's not a thing. We should. Part of me thinks we should really invest in buying an excellent glue gun for the moon base. My mom used to have one that was like, it was as heavy as an old drill, like an old power drill. The thing was just massive and top heavy, and like I couldn't believe how much it weighed and almost how awkward it was to use. And she used to use it a lot, and I was just like, why would anybody want to do that? It seemed like way too much.
Carrie, what you plan with? You look like you got a fun thing there.
I have these fiber optic cables, and I'm trying to split them into segments because I have this thing I have been playing with that's shiny, and I want to make more of it with these.
Nice.
Which are like LED lights that are directly addressable.
If we swap you into the larger screen, then we can get a better look at what the materials are. Engineering, if we can do that.
It's very low rent. It's just a fun thing I'm trying to play with. But
so what's the methodology? Do you just like you curl the fiberglass and then?
Well, so it comes in when I've ordered it. It's come all like nice and curled up like this.
Okay.
And then when I got this one, which is I think 300 strands. Okay. It was already curled up, and it's just stayed curled, and I've just let it go because it kind of looks cool like that.
Yeah.
This one isn't as curly, so I have no idea what's going to happen with that. I may end up trimming parts shorter to get sort of the variation in light levels. But right now, I'm going to be trying out electrical tape to segment and then affix like clumps of fiber optic cables to, that's not going to help because my camera doesn't have a focus depth that will let you see that, to these little like directly addressable LED string lights that I got. Now I say they're directly addressable, which means they could technically be programmed, but I don't know how to do that. So that's a problem for future Carrie. And instead I have this little driver Wi-Fi Bluetooth thingy that connects to it and tells it what to do.
Right.
So that's pretty much the thing.
Okay.
The project.
That's cool. That is I think because we have like those LED light strips at the moon base. We have several of those that we use for like studio lighting or for accent lighting and stuff like that. And we haven't yet hooked them up to the network or the Wi-Fi or to the whole Internet of Things experience. I think mostly because we're afraid of having foreign hackers break into the moon base thanks to our lighting.
And then like turn our lights on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely not crossed my mind before. I'm definitely not.
I mean, it's also full of microphones. I would be nervous about that part.
Right?
All right.
We came in one day from
to
record Checkpoint and into Studio B, and Paul touched the computer and he was like, "Why is it recording? Why has it been recording for over 100 hours?"
Oh no.
Oh jeebs.
And we're like, "I don't know." And of course, the file ended up being only like a few gigs because it's like the camera has been recording nothing.
The room's been dark. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's compressed really, really well. Or like what happened, and we had it set up so that you can press a key, a fairly easily accessible key on the keyboard to start and stop recording, because then it's like I can put my finger on a thing, I can press the button when I'm ready to go, and press it when I'm ready to like stop. But it is just a tap of the key will do that. And the only thing we were able to discern, and we don't even know if it's true, but we thought this might happen,
ghosts,
is that our cleaning service may have come in, and when they were cleaning like the desks or something, they might have inadvertently swept the keys and started the recording process. And because the monitor's off and because the cameras are off and whatever, we would have no record of anything.
They wouldn't even know they'd done it.
Exactly. They don't know that they've done it, and we're like, so we didn't know what happened as a result. I had this great idea though for OBS, and I need to like get into their forums or something and say, can you do this? On OBS, the start recording and start streaming buttons are like it's all down in the corner on one side. They also have an exit button, which I thought was a weird place to have an exit button in your, because usually exit is like the X up in the corner or the stoplight up in the corner on depending on your winnowing system.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have a big exit button just down in the lower right hand corner, and I don't know why that's necessary when most people don't close their. Why would you want to have an exit button available in the interface the same size as the buttons you need to control the interface? I'm like, that seems like that's kind of a UI oversight that maybe that shouldn't be there. But more importantly, I'm like, having a rectangle, like thin rectangles that like say start streaming, start recording, like all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why not make those big ass squares? Just like make the start streaming one be a big square, and then beside it have a square. So same space, streaming and recording be the same space, but now you have two squares side by side. One of them is a big red button for recording, and one of them is a symbol that would mean streaming, right? Like some sort of like waves or something, or broadcast like looking kind of icon. And if you are so then the idea there too would be that when you press the button to begin, you have to press and hold it, and there'll be like a meter that fills up on the button, right? Like a little circle fills up and then you start. Mm-hmm. Because I've seen lots of games do that kind of interface where it's like, do you want to do this? Yes, I want to begin. We'll hold down the button and watch it fill up, and then you've begun. And then when you want to stop recording, press the thing and have it fill up again to show that you've stopped recording. Hold this thing down for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. That way an errant click doesn't start or stop your recordings. It means that you actually have to commit to hitting it. Plus the target is so big that it's easier for you to get your mouse onto it. So you're not trying to figure out which one is you're supposed to be clicking. You're actually just clicking the thing that's the icon.
I think I got all the eyes. Let's check.
All the eyes.
You got enough eyes
Yeah,
there?
they're all there. None of them fell off.
Great.
Perfect.
But yeah, I said all this stuff to Heather months ago, and she's and she made exactly that sound, and the same kind of that same kind of yeah, and then and like a rattling sound like a rain stick.
Yeah, I mean that's just how I walk.
She does that, and every time she wants me to stop talking, she just shakes her rain stick at me, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop saying things. And yeah, but I need to like get on the forum and say I think this would be a really cool idea for your guys' UI, because it would also differentiate a bit. So
what is that called in video games when you have to hold down something to enact it? That kind of hold confirmation.
I would assume it's just hold confirmation, like that, or press confirmation or delayed confirmation. Long click is a Mr. Ropes in there has said for us. So
have you considered the possibility that that's not a rain stick? It's just part of Heather's natural defense mechanisms, much like a rattlesnake.
Or
Heather's
the predator.
Rattlesnake confirmed.
Yeah.
Or Perry the platypus.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely that one.
That sounded like a clicker. Oh boy.
Is it? Oh, got a
that's
crow
just
got
me.
into the.
Yeah. Get that in your asthma. Sucks to your asthma.
Okay.
I like it because it sounds like a crow. I don't like it because it sounds like the clickers from the video game about Ellie. I can't remember the name of it
Last
right
of Us.
now. Thank you. All I was getting was Left 4 Dead. That's not it.
Life is Strange.
Give this some texture by just pouring glue all over it.
Oh, this is going terrible.
I ran out of glue.
I was gonna say put another stick in. Usually that's how that works, but no, you know what you're doing.
I know how to craft.
A
Doing a
reminder:
very good job of it right now.
the Infinite Mana Scarf is still undergoing a giveaway, and we are trying to raise money despite everything I said earlier. So if you are interested in it, $8.05 US or multiples thereof gives you entries to win the Infinite Mana Scarf. You've got 1 hour and 32 minutes remaining on that. That'll take us up to very near to 3:30. And let me see. The art challenge is undergoing right now. Starship Zeta Attack is your subject line. If you are drawing the aftermath of the USS Tucson piloted by Night Watch,
I know that's what I'm doing.
attacking us on Starship Zeta Attack.
How dare.
Please do draw the aftermath of that attack as an art challenge. That comes due at 5 a.m. That'll be in 3 hours from now.
As
And
both an
you-
art challenge and a record of their crimes against us.
Absolutely. We need to have somebody, you know, the larger nerd community needs to bring that to the attention of the rest of the Federation that they're out there criming it up. And if you do that, that is, if we pick your entry, you win the first of many Desert Bus for Hope 2021 t-shirts designed this year by John Kay of Fangamer. Fangamer is the one who's doing all the shirts this year. And we recommend that you go get your shirts from Fangamer. That's where you buy the shirt, actually, is you go to Fangamer to buy it. Shirt.desertbus.org, I think, will just take you right there. Pretty sure. But you can go to Fangamer, you can find it there. And I know that what they've printed is the run that they're printing. I would not look forward to a second run. Oh, really? They are actually doing pre-orders for second run? Awesome.
Oh, great. Cool.
Previous conversations that I've had regarding this weeks ago were that they're pretty certain they don't need to do a second run because
Good for you for proving them wrong.
yeah, but I'm glad to see that it's like no, Nightbot has got us there. They said that no, they're gonna prep for a second run if it's absolutely necessary. The reason that we were wondering about that, and this is just an insight into how things have been going during the pandemic. Shirt blanks and inks for dyeing shirts or dyeing all sorts of things. Dyes have been very hard to come by in the last couple of months. And when they were putting the shirt together, they were like, and we're like, okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens. And they got like, no, we managed to get in a nice, good order. We've got what we think we need. And we should be good to, like, they got in just under the wire and everything came in when it did. So we were like, thank goodness, that felt really, really good. It's weird to think though, right? That's like, yeah, shirt blanks. And it's like, yeah, that's why the Lure Pride shirt, when it gets sold out, why it tends to be sold out for so long is because they keep trying to get new blanks made and they don't have the blanks we were using. And it's just, it gets harder and harder to buy stuff. And yeah, it's how it is.
Mm-hmm. So they've got a guy who's going to try and buy. Nope. I was going to make a rhyme out of it, but I ran out.
Oh.
Oh well. I'm like, wait, there's lots of words here that rhyme. Sure.
Guy, buy, die.
Yeah, that was it. Die.
Tie. Sly. Fly.
Something to do with shirts.
Yeah, that's what stumped me too.
Now, how do we know that that's a Z and not a large north polarized magnet?
Ooh.
Well, I haven't added the magnets yet, but we'll see what I can do. I got the air holes in so that it can breathe.
Oh,
Oh, good. That's very good.
I hope
I was
they
looking
don't
down
put a
for
cat
the
in
drippy, the glue all around the eyeballs. That's art.
there. Mm-hmm.
It's like it's been spiderwebbed.
It's like, it does look really good, doesn't it? Because I was just like, oh, if I ever did that to something I was working on, I'd be just like, oh no, I'm ruining it. But it's like, no, when you do it on purpose, it can be art.
A glue gun, as you said, glue gun is literally just melting plastic, right?
Yeah.
You can get colored glue for a glue gun, and
Yeah.
this is stuff people do.
Oh.
I'm not mocking crafting. I am doing crafting.
I'm pretty sure we have black glue in the moon base. Yeah.
Heather, can you just put a crayon in a hot glue gun?
Oh my god.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend that,
But you could.
but you probably could.
I saw black glue open up for Chicken Attack video.
I'm sorry. Can you hook me up with some black glue?
I mean, you can put a golf tub. You can put a golf club in your gas tank. I mean, nobody's going to stop you from doing anything at this point.
Well, I don't have a gas tank, so someone might.
Yeah, well,
I also don't have a golf club.
I haven't. There's about a dozen here in the moon base. James keeps leaving his here. That's right. He's so bougie, he owns his own golf clubs. You can find, Heather, I think the black glue is in Ian's Tinker Tailor cabinet, but you'd have to go through the whole cabinet to find it.
That sounds like work. Maybe we might have to add black glue on another night.
Sure.
It would be an active piece in the kindness war if somebody found the black glue for you.
There's a very good chance that we have also that our glue gun is a low temperature gun, and that might be high temperature glue. So if that's not a high temp gun, we should maybe not risk it.
Okay. All right.
But we can look. Usually the gun will say on it what it can what it can do. But
I don't know what I'm doing with this fuzzy yarn so much as I'm just putting it in the holes.
that's good. Molly, what are you up to?
I've been drawing.
Yeah.
Here's chicken attack person. And I drew there's Quinny, or what I remember of her form.
That's about right.
Just kind of shoulders and then sort of a cloud, just sort of averaged out. I made a tombstone for Corey. I made the Corey memorial spot, and then I felt bad. I didn't want that to be the first volley in the kindness war. And I drew you in a house coat appreciating art.
Oh, thank you.
Your hair's very fun to draw with the headphones. And then there's Garfield the businessman. Hates Mondays.
I missed some things while I was out being a robot.
And the bread war.
Beautiful.
Ian, let us know where the black glue is. He is on my watch right now, telling me.
Yeah, that's because Ian and I do Rhythm Cafe together. He knows which side to sport.
Does he know which side of his bread, his kindness war bread, the butter is on, or whatever that saying is?
He knows what side is hot glue.
I just bumped all the glue over, so it's fine. Don't worry, it's cold.
Now you'll have to get the hot glue or the black glue.
Yeah, and I'll have to do it. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Corey's in chat now
Corey.
too.
We didn't get rid of it.
Oh gosh,
We
she's
just
alive.
We didn't want it to be the first thing that was seen. Like,
This is why we don't tell Chad
Oh.
any secrets. Can't be trusted.
oh no. We didn't want to make you feel bad, Corey.
But listen, your ship fired on our ship. I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, I mean, good point. Like, shots were fired here. I mean,
Yeah.
Between the two of us, like, they definitely did more of the damage, right? We didn't fire on them. So how could
That's
Corey
true.
even be dead? That wouldn't make any sense at all. Probably.
she's threatening to haunt us.
Ooh.
I mean,
So what's
I'm
she
up
doing
for
right
that.
now?
Corey can haunt me anytime.
I mean, she did that Venga Bus cover, so technically she hunts everybody who's doing Desert Bus.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to check the hunting schedule though. I have like 2 other ghosts already, so you'll have to work it out with them though. Alright, I'm gonna go find the black glue.
All right, give it a shot.
Where did you say it was?
Hey, do you want to go cryptid crawling? It's in his bag on top of the TTSF cabinet.
Is that in the prop room?
So that would be.
Or did they leave it in Studio C?
I would check Studio B first, and then go check out Studio C
it's
after
okay, it's
that.
in the bag.
Yeah. Try B, then try the prop room, then try C.
Alright.
Because I don't think it fits in the prop room, but we'll see.
That's not how that goes. There we go.
Ah.
I drew Corey as a spooky ghost. Does that make it better?
What are you drawing on?
It's a Remarkable. It's an e-ink tablet.
Ah.
I thought you just had a fancy Kindle or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the joy of writing on paper, except only one works on it, and you can't use Post-it notes or bookmark pages. But other than that, it's pretty good simulation.
All right.
It looks like magic. It looks cool as heck. So, like, keep it up, I guess.
I'm going to reiterate for the chat, because I saw the question go by, that if you're living in the UK or the EU right now, that's cool. But you can't buy anything on the Loading Ready Run store, which also includes store.desertbus.org. You can't do that right now. That's to do with remitting VAT. Because while I could totally collect your VAT, I have no mechanism by which to submit it. And I can't just take your taxes and then not give it to anybody. So you can't buy anything right now. We have been trying to work this out for a while, and I've been trying to work out so many things to do with our store over the last year that it's been a lot of work.
I'm not able to reach that.
That's fair.
There's a table and stuff. It's hard.
So what we have done is we've set aside, we are setting aside stock of all the stuff that's on the store, all the Desert Bus stuff in the store, because it's limited edition, right? When the bus stops running, the store is going to close. So, the issue there is we've put aside stock and everything, but the poster is a pre-order item. So I need to know if you want to buy if you go to buy a poster, I'm going to have no way of knowing if you want one or not. So we might just have to do a second poster run later. We'll put the poster back on the shop and you'll be able to buy it. We'll print more of those for that time. So don't worry about that. We will make sure that we have stock of things for people to buy. I don't want to let anybody go hungry if they're starving to eat doubloons. Because oh my god, we sold out in like 12 minutes, and I was just like,
Jeez.
I knew that was coming. I just didn't think that it was going to be that fast. And but I know that we will be doing second runs on that. I can't promise second runs on anything else, unfortunately, but we'll see. If enough people ask for things, I will do my best to make sure that we can meet everyone's needs. Penny arcade pins, though, are limited edition. That run is all that there will be for the foreseeable future. Almost like it's almost certain that we would never reorder a Penny Arcade pin. I can't say 100% because I don't know what the rules are for that. Actually, I'd have to have a talk with the Penny Arcade people, but I do know that 99 I guess we could say I'm 6'9" certain that we're not be able to reorder any Penny Arcade pins ever. So that's how that is.
I have another visitor.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was the same cat and something had happened.
Oh no.
Yes.
Crawled up the chimney.
Something terrible has happened to this cat.
Oh
It's the same cat. And she's this much smaller. No,
Yeah.
this is Prinny.
She got her hair did.
Hey, Prin.
You have
You
Prinny
didn't
and
like
Gwynny.
We do. We got
Okay.
Prinny and Gwynny both as friends for our first cat, Kaylee. Do not go to an animal shelter to get a pet for your pet, because you will go during kitten season and end up getting 2 pets for your pet, and the first pet you had will hate both of the 2 pets you got to be friends with her
Fair enough.
forever.
Okay.
She will hate them until they're 15, which is what they are now.
And then she'll turn around?
No, she'll keep going, I'm pretty sure. But I've only got data through 15, so.
That's fair.
Prinny is itty bitty tiny and has some like digestive stomach issues that we are doing the best that we can to manage with her. So when she comes up, it might be for tummy rubs more so than for showing off. Prinny, is that why you're here? You look terrified. Her name is Prinny because she's scared of everything.
Ah.
So
I
she's
saw-
kind of camera shy.
I saw a question from Camthelian go by asking, is the USPS one-day shipping the cheapest option? Frankly, if that's the only option you're seeing and it is the cheapest option, or if you're seeing multiple options and that is the cheapest one, then that is the cheapest one. I don't get to make decisions about what shipping options are used in the site, and they are different for everyone depending on where you live in the world. If you want to ask for cheaper shipping, I guess you could try saying, hey, is there a cheaper option than this in your special instructions? But I can't guarantee that they can even address that or listen to that. It's really weird. Like last year, talk about shipping, why not? This is fun. Last year, UPS was asking to please send your business to other fulfillment companies.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Like not me. They don't know me. They don't come to me. But
We
they
don't
were
want
like,
your custom anymore, sir.
Yeah, they're like, we we are 6 million packages behind or something like that. It's like we have so much that's coming through right now. This is last year around the holidays, right? Because man, think about what it was like last year during the holidays, right? We're still in, we don't have a vaccine yet. It's just like nuts, right? So everyone's ordering everything online. So they were saying, we would like it very much if you could find another method to do your shipping with. Please don't make it us. And of course, the response is always, we can't do anything about that because we already don't ship with another company. UPS, you're our big choice here. We don't have many other, like we can't just turn around and say, hey, let's set up a relationship with FedEx in 3 days or something like that, right? It's like that doesn't happen. So by and large, it's like, well, we're just going to have to take this as it comes, and we know that everybody's going to have shipping slowdowns. And that's kind of the position that the rest of the world is in right now, is that everyone is undergoing yet another shipping slowdown. I know that PMC is working their hardest to get everything out as fast as they possibly can to beat the real rush of holiday shipping. But the realistic thing is that you should just brace yourself, like have low expectations, because then when they are exceeded and you get your stuff early, won't that be great?
That's probably good advice, just generally speaking, right?
That's good life advice.
Life
I
advice.
I feel like that a lot of the times. Be like, expect that this might not work out the way that you want it to, and then just be like, well, that's okay. I can deal with it. And when it works out great, that feels really good. I'm desperately waiting for the United States Postal Service to kick out their current Postmaster General and get somebody in there who actually believes in the USPS.
Amen.
Ooh.
Because
Yeah.
I need that operational again so badly, like operational up and beyond what it was doing before. It's like, what a terrible thing to do to your country.
To literally the most beloved bureau of the federal government.
Right?
One of the earliest major arms of the federal government too, right? Like, you're like, no, we need to tear it apart so I can so that UPS and FedEx and DHL and all these other private companies can make more money. And it's like that. What a terrible thing
Can
to
make
do.
more money in a moment when we're in the middle of a global pandemic, and also they can't handle the amount of product that they're already getting. Like, they're already struggling to deliver things
Yeah.
just as much as UPS or as USPS is. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
Happy.
I have feelings. I will
The
not-
people have asked, I guess before, it's like, hey, why can't they just get rid of that dude? And my understanding is, I don't live in the United States, but what I understand is that that the Postmaster General is a board-appointed position. It's not a position that is appointed by the federal government, in so much as I
Yeah.
believe it's approved by the federal government.
Yeah, like contrary to what you'd believe from the prior administration, the head of state can't just fire people willy-nilly.
Yeah. So they have to wait until the board decides to get rid of their Postmaster General, and when that happens, then people are put forward, and I believe the board then says, we want this person, and I believe the federal government then says, yeah, we're okay with that. You can have that person run the post. I'm like, okay, that's what it sounds like to me, but it is definitely not a thing where you can just be, I am president now, and I'm going to get rid of this person. It's like, it doesn't really work that way.
So
How would you like to be on a stamp, my friend?
Yeah.
I think I'm as far as I want to go tonight.
Okay. That's good. And it says
Looks
Zeta Mail
amazing.
on the front of it, I
I
think.
put it on the front because I didn't know how to do it on the felt with the marker,
That's fair.
so I gave up.
Let's get outside.
So it's a good mailbox.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of eyes on it.
I like this. The mailbox will definitely be able to see what they do and report back to us.
Yep.
We'll probably get a little table or something, or an end table or whatever, and we'll put it on
We'll put it outside the door.
Yeah. Just shut the door and put it outside the door, or we'll put the chair in the middle of the door and set it on the chair, so they can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
I fully expect that if Jacob's got anything up his sleeve, and
He won't add anything to this.
and he wanted to, but if he wants to drop something in it, I'm sure that he'll come in the middle of the shift to drop something in it. and then see it, and they'll march it onto the camera to let everybody in Alpha Flight know what's going on.
That sounds
we'll see.
believable.
We'll see. I want to see if they can find it first.
Yeah.
Just because that I wanna see how invested they really are. And I mean by see, somebody send me a clip later, because I ain't gonna watch it. Alpha Flight. I'll be sleeping. Like, I put my glue gun on my access belt, so I didn't get it on the table. I'm a courteous streamer in the workspace.
Stop
waiting for
selling.
the-
You've got the job. No.
Waiting for the glue gun to cool down before I put it away. You know, before I landed on top of all the pile of glue in the box and I melt everything.
I
So-
definitely, I definitely don't mind us talking about USPS, and I definitely don't mind people in chat talking about USPS. I will say right now that Desert Bus, we draw the line at talking about politics or other really divisive things. So I will discourage people from taking the conversation beyond that.
Yeah, we were talking about the hiring practices of the United States Postal Service,
Yeah.
mainly.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm dissatisfied with what I'm seeing going on down in there. And maybe I guess you could frame that as a political thing. And if that's the case, then I'm going to avoid talking about that anymore. And I do ask that all you do as well. This is, we are, you know, I mean, it's funny because you say, well, it's kid friendly, so definitely don't talk about politics. But man, are kids interested in stuff that's going on in their world these days?
Oh, very much.
Man,
A lot more than I was.
right?
Yeah.
I
All right. I'm gonna take us off the overhead cam. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second to get over and go. Nice.